All right. Well, welcome. Thank you guys for coming today. And we're just going to get right into it. Also, before we start, I've been recording these sound sessions since we started, and I've actually uploaded them to YouTube and my Spotify account. So if you guys want access to those channels, just reach out or I'll send them to you. So you can do these anytime that you like. So we're just going to start off simple, taking deep breaths in and out, feeling into the body. And I invite you, if you feel comfortable, putting one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And what you're just going to do is, as you're breathing, you're just being aware and observant of your body. Feeling the breath coming into the body and leaving the body. And don't be afraid to just fully exhale out and in with an audible sigh. Feeling the presence of self. And as we begin our session today, we're just going to start with identifying our energy systems in our body. Starting at our root, base of the spine, feeling at the pelvic floor, chakra 1, root chakra. Taking a moment to identify where this is in the body. And also just to feel into how this feels as I bring awareness and notice to chakra 1. And as we take time to give it awareness, you're just going to start to reflect on yourself in the last week. Feeling into how have you been feeling? Have you feeling like you're in survival at all this week? How are you getting your physical needs met? How have you been showing up in your life? How have you felt rooted and where you stepped in your journey? Physically, as we start to scan the body, feeling into how your legs have been feeling, the bone and your skeletal structure, your full legs all the way into the hips, feet and genitals, base of spine, going into the organ systems of the kidneys, your blood, the building of the cells, the adrenals, body's life force. Just feeling into root chakra, chakra 1, base of spine. And the sound is lam. Just taking a moment and feeling on how that landed in the body. As we move just below the navel up to chakra 2, sacral chakra, where the womb space is, the creative life source, the portal. How have I been feeling emotionally balanced in my life right now? My vitality, my sexuality, movement, feeling grounded, and tapping into my creative energy forces. feeling into my physical body of the bladder, prostate, womb, pelvis, nervous system, low spine, fluid function, adrenals, and sex organs. And just feeling into anything that might be showing up this week. Where in my body do I feel there might be a misbalance or anything that might be coming up? And just giving your body awareness and observations. Feeling into the sound of VAM. Feeling into how that landed in the body. As we go up to above the navel, into the solar plexus, chakra 3. Feeling into your personal power, your self-will, your personal devotions and emotions, and your desires. Feeling connected into what are my desires? Has my personal power been affected? Do I feel a blockage? And in the body parts of this area, feeling into my digestive system, the muscles, the stomach, the liver, the diaphragm, the gallbladder, spleen, the lower back, and the pancreas. Feeling into how you've been digesting your food, how you've been eating, what have you been eating? Have you been eating in a calm state? What have you taken control or power over what you put in your body? Just feeling into that. And the sound is Ram. Feeling on how that landed. As you move up to the heart, feeling into how you've been receiving and giving love. The extensions of the heart are the arms and hands, and feeling into this body part. How you've been feeling into love of others and self. How are your relationships? The ability to have compassion and service to humanity. Physically, the heart and the chest. How is my circulation? How are my arms and hands? My lower lungs and my rib cage, upper back and the thymus gland. Just feeling into this whole area in the physical body and how this has been for yourself. And the sound is Yam. Just remember, if you feel called to move your hands to where we're working on, just feel into that. Just feel into your own self of where you need to be at right now. And we're moving up to the throat, chakra 5. How have I been communicating? how I've been listening and speaking my truth through authenticity, my self-expression, my imagination, my creativity. And physically, this whole area, how I've been feeling in my mouth and my throat, my ears, my neck, voice, lungs, chest, jaw, airways, nape of neck, arms, and thyroid, parathyroid glands. Just feeling into these areas. How's this been feeling for myself in the last days, weeks? And the sound is ham. As we move up to chakra 6, third eye, brows, I invite you to close your eyes and looking up to in between your eyebrows, feeling the strain of your eyes, feeling that activation. And this is where we start to go into the upper chakras, tapping into your intuition. Have you been listening to yourself? Your inner wisdom, trusting your perception, your clairvoyance, your inspiration, and your visions. Feeling into the body parts of the eyes, the base of the skull, the ears, the nose, the left eye, left brain, sinuses, and pineal gland. And just feeling into these areas, feeling into what might be showing up in the last little bit for you. And the sound is Om. Last one we'll be working on today is chakra 7, our crown, just above the head. And this is the one that we work on with our connection to spirituality. Your spiritual will, awareness, superconscious, your belief in God, universe, collective, whatever it is of your belief within your outside your body feeling. That's where we're going to feel into your connection. And just give yourself awareness and observations on where this might feel for you, what might be coming up, just being aware. And the body parts are the upper skull and the skin, the cerebral cortex, the right eye, the right brain, and the central nervous system. And just feeling into what might be showing up for you in the last little bit here. And this sound is silent. And as we identify the energy centers, we're going to move into central channel breath, which is the activation of all the connections between all of these. And I'm going to walk you through. Just starting to take some deep breaths in and out. And as you do this, you're just feeling into visualizing a channel that starts at that chakra 7 in the middle of your head, and that goes right down through the body, middle of the body, to the abdominal cavity. And as you get to the pelvic floor, it goes between the legs out to the feet. And you're just going to feel into where this might be located. And this channel is nice and thin, almost like a straw, the size of a straw. So when we pull through the breath, we want to feel like we're pulling it through a straw. So the channel starts from that top crown chakra, all the way down through the middle of the body, through the pelvic floor, down between the legs to the feet. And just identifying and feeling into this channel in the body. And as we bring awareness to this channel, you're going to start to see and feel a white light above your head, just about 2 inches. Feeling into this light is filled with the truest form of loving presence. And just feeling into this. And be aware of anything that might be showing up for you. Everything is welcome. If you're finding it difficulty to see this, there is no wrong way of doing this. Knowing that we're just creating abilities to identify this pattern for self. Some people will see different colors. Some people will only see the light in certain spots of the body, and this is all correct. And your job tonight is just to be aware and observant of what is showing up for you. So feeling into the top of the head, chakra 7, feeling into that light and love, maybe just seeing it. And as you start to become aware of the presence here, you're just going to bring in awareness of how this feels in the body, emotionally, physically, what's showing up for you right now. And when you're ready, I'll walk you through now, but you can start at any time, is that we're going to slowly pull and draw this light in through the top of the crown chakra. And you're pulling it into that small straw-shaped channel. Really feeling a pulling into that channel as we pull it all the way down to the belly. And at the belly, we just hold it there for a moment, bringing awareness of what may happen or what may not, before we exhale it out, down through the pelvic floor, between the legs to the feet. And this is all within the channel. Holding it at the feet for a moment, feeling the awareness and observations, and then pulling it back up through the legs, through the pelvic floor to the belly, holding it at the belly for a moment before we exhale it back out through the head. And you're just going to go back and forth, flossing the light through the channel. And all we're doing today and every day when you show up is we're just going to be aware and observant of how the body responds. What areas you feel it easy to flow, what areas you feel it's hard to flow or see. Just pulling this light, feeling that pull down through the channel to the belly. Allowing it to really feel into the belly before you exhale it out. Feeling that connection back and forth. Good. Keep going. You're just going to keep going for as long as we are going to start to shift you here. And I'm just going to add, there's 4 anchor points to the central channel breath. And if you're finding this right here is good, then stay here. If you want to try any of the 4, then please do. And this is the time that you can add any of the 4 anchor points at any time. in your own comfort levels, but remembering to bringing your breath back to the central channel, to bring awareness to the flow of the body. The first anchor point is the pelvic floor. And I invite you to feel into just a slight contraction in the pelvic floor. If you're familiar with Kegels, this is what we're doing. But it's a very small contraction, like 5%. And what you're going to do is if this is comfortable here, you can also bring awareness. Bring awareness to the pelvic floor. And we're just going to feel that activation of the muscles throughout the area, connecting and feeling the contractions. And this is also if you just want to bring awareness. And you can do this while the breath is passing through the pelvic floor or the whole time. I really want you to take the time to really feel into what the body needs, what makes you feel more connected. The second anchor point is the heart. Feeling a hugging and holding of the heart. What we do is we feel into almost like the same contraction of push-up. We're going to contract and feel an activation of the chest muscles. And we're also going to feel an activation and a contraction of the rhomboids, which is bringing your shoulder blades together. So feeling like this hugging effect, hugging feeling around the heart, the activation of the heart chakra, just feeling into this as we breathe. And again, this could be just when you pass through the heart the whole time, or off and on when you're feeling into it. And remember, this breath is just a practice of flow and meditation, being aware and observant of where you're at today. The third anchor point is our throat. Activation of chakra 5. Bringing the tongue to the top of the mouth and feeling an activation of the throat. So we say we kind of sound like Darth Vader. And you're just going to feel an activation of force in, force out. So you just sound like this. So just going back and forth, feeling the activation of the throat. And again, this is just one that you do. Ideally, we would like to get all 4 anchor points after you've been doing this or whenever you feel called. And the fourth and last one is our eyes. And our eyes can follow the light. So as it flows up and then it flows down, we're just going to move and flow our eyes to where the breath and light and love flow to. So as the light passes through the back of our eyes are rolling up or they're rolling down. And just feeling into that activation of our eyes in chakra 6, third eye activation, and just feeling that. So again, just adding any of the 4 or none or a couple here and there, and just being aware and observant of how the body is tonight. Just staying, and every time you lose focus, you're just going to come back to the breath. Come back to the central channel. Good. Staying with the breath, staying here. But as we breathe, we're just going to bring awareness to our chakra 2, our sacral chakra. So as we breathe, we're just bringing awareness and observations to just below the navel, into the womb space. Just feeling into chakra 2. And remembering this is where our emotional balance is, our vitality, our sexuality, our movement, grounding, and our creativity and womb space. And the areas in the physical body are the bladder, the prostate, the womb, the pelvis, the nervous system, the low spine, our fluid function, adrenals, and sex organs. So just giving yourself awareness as we move the breath. And tonight, that's the chakra we're working on. So I would like to invite you to bring in anything that's showing up in your body, in your life right now, that might be a wearing or triggering of chakra 2, of breathing into what might be coming up in these areas and the organs and body parts that I mentioned, or the emotional main issues. Knowing that your feelings, creativity, trusting, expressing, attuned to your own feelings, your creativity, just feeling into physically and emotionally what might be showing up for you in your life right now, and just allowing that to come to the surface. So focusing on that as much as possible. Good. And just always coming back to the central channel breath. Staying with the breath. Tonight, we are going to bring in the interference of reliable. So feeling in to what reliability means to you. What does that mean for yourself or for others to you? Reliable. And sometimes things from the past might just show up in the brain, and this is all grand timing. It's all perfect. Just bringing awareness to this. And as I read the definition, an emotional definition of reliable, you're going to be aware and observant of where this might be showing up in the body. So it's an activation point of where the interference, so a negative association with reliable, may be stored. And if nothing comes up, an activation point could feel like pain, tingling, an awareness. If nothing shows up, we can use the heart. So as I read this, just really bringing in awareness and observations of the body. Feeling into, what does reliable really mean to you? Is there a story or an experience that is showing up for you? Are you feeling into how the chakra 2 is being affected by this? Reliable. Perhaps an individual found that someone else in their life was not reliable. And so they, in turn, try overly hard to be reliable, which means there's a lot of charge associated with reliability. They may find themselves disappointed or even disgusted with others who are not reliable with their word or their time or whatever the circumstance may be. Encourage yourself to allow yourself to get back in touch with what is most reliable within you, which is what is awake at your core, your gut feeling of reliability. Can you trust yourself? You trust your inner voice is reliable. I am reliable. I can count on that. And the more sincere that you are in reliability, the less charge you place upon others. And them showing up in a reliable manner, I don't need so much from them when I'm providing it for myself. And just feeling into that, allowing the awareness of the interference reliable to show up in the body. And remember, if it doesn't, no worries, we'll use our heart. And now as this shows up, just you're going to start to feel an energetic bridge being connected to the activation of reliable in chakra 2. We're building a reconnect in our circuits of the nervous system. Just feeling into this. If you stop doing central channel breath, just start and bring that in again. And instead of the belly, holding the breath at the belly, you can hold the breath between the 2 points. The activation of reliable in chakra 2. And remember that if you can't visualize this, it's perfect. You're just allowing the imagination to create the reconnecting. Chakra 2, interference reliable. Your eyes are now closed, looking up towards your eyebrows, feeling that strain in the back of the eyes as we bring in the reconnecting of the 2. We're going to be bringing back in the focus of central channel breath with our eyes closed, looking up to the eyebrows. Feeling into the frequency of 7. Feeling into this, feeling into that reconnecting of chakra 2, sacral chakra, to interference of reliable. Known or unknown, subconscious, conscious, I am clear of the interference of reliable. I give myself permission to let go of any interferences I've been holding on to that are no longer safe, serving me. I am safe to let go of the interference of reliable. I give myself permission to let go. Reliable on the frequency of 7. I am perfect. I am wanted. I am enough. I am worthy. I belong. Good. Now fully relax your body, your eyes, your breath. Come to the stillness. When you're ready, just lifting up your head, bringing your chin to your chest, looking at your toes. You're going to bring your head all the way off the pillow. There we go. And back down. Take a full body breath in, holding at the top just for a moment before fully exhaling out. Just having your eyes open for a moment, feeling into I am clear, the interference of reliable. Eyes closed now. I'm clear, the interference of reliable. Good. Feeling into the body, bringing awareness to what your body feels like now. And you take one more big breath if you like, holding at the top for as long as you can, and then fully exhaling out. And then just letting yourself really surrender into the sound, your integration team. Start to bring some conscious breath back into the body. We'll slowly start to integrate back with rhythmic 4-square breathing. So 4 counts of 4, breathing in for 4, holding your breath for 4, exhaling your breath for 4, and holding your breath out for 4. Repeating this cycle over and over again. In, hold, out, hold. big lunges happening. You hold at the top. And I'll press that out when you're ready. Few moments of stillness here, really feeling into the body. For those of you guys online, just if you're listening to the recording, I'll give you some homework now, and then I will turn off the recording to talk to the in-live people. So with any sessions like this, making sure that you're taking care of yourself, drinking plenty of water, and with B.E.S.T, the biggest thing is integration through sleep. And journaling. So journaling on what reliable is showing up for you in your life right now and what that means for you and just the whole process. I usually do this every Tuesday at 8:15. The summer's coming up, so I'll take some weeks off, but you can find the other ones and this one on my YouTube channel and my Spotify account, which I usually have access through my social medias and my LinkedIn tree. You'll find all my information there. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday.